me crazy just looking at it. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. World without you. Driving me crazy just looking at it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. Without you, driving me crazy just thinking of it. Driving me crazy just thinking of it. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. Combing your hair with your hand gives me feelings I don't understand. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. You do this thing when I'm talking to you, like everything freezes and it's just you. You do this thing when I'm talking to you, like everything freezes and it's just you. You do this thing when you're biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live in a world without you. Give it to me like world without you. Me crazy just thinking of it. World without you. Driving me crazy just thinking of it. You do this thing when you're biting your lip. World without you. Driving me crazy just thinking of it. Driving me crazy just thinking of it. Biting your lip, it's driving me crazy just looking at it. You know me better than I know myself. I don't wanna live without you.
Good afternoon, people. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is feeling well on this very cold, windy, horrible, disgusting Sunday morning. I know that didn't sound good, but it is not good. Dirty cold, sitting here with a big Spurs mug full of Lemsip. I couldn't even have a coffee this morning. I feel that just about does the whole thing. You can probably hear it in me. Dirty cold, and that's all I have to thank for that is the lovely wife. Thank you very much, Beth. But either way, Spurs, Wolves today. 3 o'clock kickoff. This game is important. Should a game be Wolves be so important for us? Yes, every game could be important. We want to win every game. But this game is important. It's Ange's head on the line here for sure. If he goes and loses this one, what more can this man have left? How much more time can this man get? How much more time as a manager at Spurs ever had? Ange, if you need a win, mate, it is today. I mean, we are at that point at the moment where even the odds, from what I'm just looking at here, are at this moment, Wolves are a 4-6, we are a 3-5, and a draw is 100-30 of a chance. I mean, for me, that sounds like it's pretty much even. I mean, we are playing Wolves. They are what now? At the moment in time, they are 17th in the table on 15 points, while we are 12th with 23 points. Wolves need these points. They are going to come at us with everything. I mean, if you want to be technical, you would say we do have some of the better players. They do have some very good players. But in defence, we are looking in serious trouble. But the thing I think Wolves are going to pull off today, they are going to be physical. Extremely physical. They are going to go for the kneecaps. They are going to go for the ankles. They are going to go into barging players all over the place. They are going to go physical with us. Because one thing you cannot deny about this Spurs team, it is a bunch of physical pussies. Bar maybe, Kulusevski. And I mean, apart from that, I mean, if I was playing football these days, I mean, I'm quite brittle myself with my back. And I had Johnson coming towards me. I'd rub my hands and just think, you know what? I'll knock him out just like shouldering the boy. Son, done and dusted. He's never been a physical player, has he? I mean, Kulusevski and Maddison, give him a slap. He goes down like a sack of shit. On the physical side, no. They will take us apart on the physical side. But can we get a win here? Sure, we can. Is a draw good enough? It's better than a loss. But Wolves desperately need these points. They are going to come at us with everything. I think this is going to be a horrible game to watch. I suppose really just lately, what can you say hasn't been a horrible game to watch for Spurs? So, oh, that lemsip's nice. Bit of honey in it. Always makes it taste better. Going to say hello to a couple of people. I don't know what the lineups are going to be. Obviously, we're not going to find out until a bit later on, probably 2 o'clock. I mean, I'm not on here for long. Saber will be on a bit later. I'm sure he'll be able to give you the lineups and the full information of what is going on both sides of the team. I'm just basically here to have a bit of a moan and a rant about the situation we're in and this game itself. So, all right, just say hello to a couple of people. Tony, big up Dan, possible guest and chat. Ange out, totally with you on that one, mate. And how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Always on there, always good to see you. And Quiz87, what software does he use for these pictures? Does anyone know? What I do with the pictures, mate, is a mix of AI pictures that I make and then pictures that I've taken off other things, some created as well. Get the AI picture together and then put the other pictures I want on there and then mix it all into one with the writing and everything. Sometimes, very rarely, the AI just gives you a good enough picture where you just have to put the Spurs badge on it. And then other times you get the basics of it and then have to add all your little bits to it. Well, I've been doing this for about, 8 months, 9 months with my own channel, messing about a bit. You get the hang of things and I've got shitload of pictures on one side that I know I will need for the future that I can add up. Got pretty much most teams' badges in either a metallic or a normal, whatever. And yeah, it's a mix between AI and the stuff I do myself. And Coys87 here, Spurs 1, Wolves 4. Come on, man. Surely it can't be that bad. I don't think it's going to be a 4-1 to Wolves. Not at all. I mean, Basuma doesn't have the mental capacity to be a centre-back. Well, from what I have read, I will go to in a minute, we might not have such an issue with the centre-backs. I mean, even though the reason we haven't got 2 centre-backs, you can purely thank Ange for that. I mean, what an idiot starting 2 semi-fit defenders against all games. You go and do it against Chelsea, don't you? Well done, Ange. Big up, Ange. That was definitely using your brain there, mate. And then he's saying Dorrington should start. You would think so, but not with this manager. And Jason Williams, hi Dan. If Spurs lose to Wolves today, I still reckon he won't be sacked by the club. Honestly, I don't think he will be sacked with this one either. But it's like I said at the start, mate, how many lives does one man get? And Howling, good to see you, mate. Big up. And big up, Dan. Not looking forward to this game, to be honest. I don't think any of us are. Considering our seriously inconsistent form, plus Ange's either sheer ignorance, laziness, or incompetence to alter things. 3-1 Wolves. Definitely not looking... People definitely not excited for Spurs here and definitely not looking to it in our favour, are they? And Howling just replying to Coys87, I agree. Basuma at centre-back is far too rash to play there. Do you know what? I agree with that. Basuma as a centre-back, that's dangerous. I mean, he's irrational at the best of times. And having him as a centre-back, I must admit, is not my first choice. And I mean, mate, I can't even pronounce your name, so I'm going to bite my tongue off doing it. But I'm just going to call you Sarah BG, mate. If you give me a better way to pronounce it, please do. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I mean, yeah, I won't go into detail, but I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Big up, Dan. I'm so confident today that I'm already here howling of wolves, despite no Mateus Cunha is not playing. Well, there is rumor is he's gonna be playing from what I've read, and if he is playing, yeah, he will give us a nightmare. That is one I'm definitely not looking forward to. But the rumor is he is going to play. But again, we won't know until closer to the game, and Sava will be able to give you all the information on that one. And Adam Jones, big up Dan, big up to you, mate. And chat at Wolves win today. Yeah, it's what a lot of people are thinking. And Tom, big up Dan and chat, big up to you, mate. Bella, big up Dan, big up to you too. Always see you on here, mate. Always good to see you. Along with Finn, big up Dan and the chat. Hope you're having a good day as well. And he's also saying another shambles incoming. Ange out. Matt Coppin, big up Dan, big up to you too. And Rob Frank saying hello to everyone. Hope you're having a good day as well. We'll see how good it is by 3 o'clock. And Razor, thoughts on the links to Eden Terzic. Again, pronouncing names not good. There's links with lots of managers. I do still like the idea of Thomas Frank. That would be a first choice pick for me. But I must admit, after the details Stell gave the other night and Sabas mentioned him, Alex was talking about him last night, and a few other shows have said it. The Bournemouth manager, can I remember his name right now? Can I? Hell. He doesn't seem a bad idea either. And I think he's definitely one we could go for. I mean, there's people who think we couldn't get a manager. Could we get a quality manager? No. But for me, money talks. You put that money down on that table, you can get people, you can get players. Even if you're not doing great, even if you're not great, money talks. We all know, not just in football, this world in a lot of things these days, for me personally, is mercenaries. Players do not love the teams like they did. They might love the game they play, but they're playing for money. I would say 8 out of 10 players, you put the money on the table, you can get what you want. And if we went for that Bournemouth manager or we go for Brentford manager Thomas Frank, you put that money on the table 3-4 times of what they're earning at a bigger club like Spurs. Yes, it is the poison chalice. We all know that one. But I also don't think it'd destroy a career at Spurs in the aspect of you've got the excuse of I was managing at Spurs. What did you really expect me to do? And yeah, I think put the money down on the table, we can get one of the managers we might want. And I do think them two would sound like a good idea. I mean, with the manager you said, I'd have to do more checking up on him myself. I've heard people mention him, but I can't really give a solid opinion on that one. And Ronnie, gone tonight after today's result. Tottenham 1, Wolves 3. I haven't seen one person on here as yet say Tottenham can pull this off. Do I think they can? Anything's possible, but I must admit I'm not the most hopeful either. And D&B, heart tells me Spurs win. My head says a loss, unfortunately. Yes, totally agree with you there. That's pretty much the same to me. My heart is saying surely we can pull this off. My head is saying after the past results and the way I've seen us play, I just don't see much chance in it. And Ronnie's saying, get on Wolves. They are winning the game 100%. And Finn saying there is more chance of me getting a girlfriend than Ange being sacked. I wouldn't go that far, mate. I don't think he's got long left. If he goes and loses this game against Wolves and then goes and gets banged up with Man U and Liverpool and the other games we got coming up with Newcastle, I can't remember in order. I've got them written down. I personally think he's going to be gone by the end of January. I think the reason it'd be the end of January, it'll give Daniel Levy more reason not to spend money, because he will say, look, I didn't want to give him money because look how we're going, but I wanted to give him what a lot of fans wanted, and that was more of a chance, but he's lost more games now. I've had to get rid of him, but this is the reason I didn't spend the money. To me, that is a perfect Daniel Levy thing. Will it happen like that? Only time will tell. But that is what I could seriously see happening. And Ratish saying, big up Dan, the Australian, oh, I ain't even going to try and pronounce that, mate, needs to be sacked if we lose badly today. Plus Spurs fan base still defend him to the hilt. You know what? You say the Spurs fan base still defend him to the hilt. Yes, they do. A lot do. But one thing I'm definitely starting to see is slowly but surely, there's a lot of other channels now starting to turn on him. A lot of other fans are now looking at this and saying, how long can this go on for? Some are saying, look, it's only been 18 months. Give him another 18 months. You will see a change, whatever else. How many players actually get, how many managers, sorry, actually get 18 months to turn it around? How many? And 350 million, by the way, or 375, whatever it is. I'll just go with 350. 350 million to turn it around. Get more than 18 months. Fifth in the first season, okay, all good, but we are now sitting in 12th place, for God's sake, with 9 defeats. We have a goal difference of 13, which is exactly the same we had at this time last season. Where are the improvements? This is what you're meant to do. You're meant to improve. Where do we see any player really, bar from maybe Kulusevski and Johnson, that hasn't regressed? And Kulusevski, it's purely down to that he's actually playing him as an attacking midfield central. I've been saying for him to do this for over a year, as people already know. I mean, he did it at Juventus long enough and he was good enough there, where he started off on the right. Chiesa got the place on the right. They left him out for a couple of months, put him in as an attacking midfield central, sort of shadow striker behind Ronaldo. Him and Ronaldo clicked well. It's a bit hard to click without Ronaldo there. You're still going to get goals no matter what. And then we had him. He is definitely probably looking our best player of the season, but he's also looking shattered. I think most of that team is looking absolutely knackered. Why? Because he just kept on playing the same team over and over and over again, which is not smart. You can't do that in the Premier League, same as you cannot play these tactics over 38 games. We will get results against teams like Southampton. We should get results against teams like Ipswich, but we didn't. We will get results against other teams, but then other teams will come out and absolutely destroy this formation and style of play. This gung-ho football, this Ange ball, whatever you want to call it, they will destroy it, and we have seen it happen. Yeah, we have games we win 4-1, 5-0, whatever, and then there's other games we get destroyed 6-3. There's other games we only lose it by a goal, but we still lose it because they just sit back, take up the crap, and then catch us on a counter. And that's exactly the way it was last season. 5th last season, fine, but we are sitting 12th right now. 12th. I mean, even if we win this game today, the best we can do, if the results go in our favour, is go up to 10th. And that is on goal difference, if I'm looking at this right. Yep, on 23, Brighton on 26. They've got a goal difference of 1. We've got a goal difference of 13. So, yes, we would go up to 10th. Great, I'm happy. Yes, well done, Ange. It's now the 29th of December, and we are sitting 10th. It doesn't look much better, does it? Not for me, it doesn't anyway. And I'm sure most of you on here will agree. And Ratish saying, if he stays, he will finish bottom half of the league table and get smashed in North London derby. Yes, Arsenal haven't looked their best this season. I don't think. They're just looking a bit strange. I don't think the league is theirs again. And that is going to really piss them right off, because City ain't getting it this year. It is not City's year. We all know City can go, 13, 14 games unbeaten, but not this season. This is Liverpool's for the taking. If Liverpool don't go and take this, well, you can say that's a bottle job and a half if they don't take this one. I think the ones you've got to watch out for at the moment is Chelsea. For some reason, I don't know. I think you've got to watch out for them more than Arsenal. But for me, it's Liverpool this year, hands down. Just on the City bit, I was speaking to my mate about it. And a lot of people have been going on about Pep out. I mean, really, if we be technical, if I've got it right, I might have it a game out wrong. He's actually having a worse situation than Ange at the moment. But there is a difference. He has won Champions League. He has won back-to-back 4 times the league. He has won cups. He has won it all. And he's just signed a two-year contract. Why would Pep sign a 2-year contract? I guarantee it in January, you are going to see some transfers from City. And next season, you are going to see him clear out that squad. And you are going to see a lot of players come in. They'll have a good season. And then by the second season, they'll be winning the league again. Because Pep ain't signing up a new contract just to come back to plod along, basically. I think they've already got it. They've already got their plans written out. But that's what I think will happen with City. Joseph, big up Dan, and congratulations, Dan. Much appreciated. And that's another one I meant to say as well. Big thank you for everyone the other night and all over time, helping me get up to 4K. Well appreciated. And in due time, hopefully get it up to 5K and hopefully take it from there. But getting up to 4K was a massive thing for me, especially doing it by the end of the year. I didn't think I'd do it by the end of this year. So everybody, as I've already said, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Without everybody watching, obviously I couldn't do it. And Razor saying, Son is softer than the chairman. What do I say about that? Do you know what? It is sad with Son. It is. I'm always going to remember Son as a great player for us. He has been excellent. For me, and I've had stick for it, but it's just the way I see it. He has never been a world-class player. He's been a world-class finisher, and he's been an excellent player at Spurs. No two ways about it. But for me, him, Salah, 2 different kettles of fish. Salah is world-class. Son is very good. That's just the way I look at it, me personally. Son, he's just looking... He's looking dumb. I mean, we had this row with James many times ago on Tottenham Away, other channels. He's been saying he's done for ages. Do I think he's finished as a player? Son finished as a player? No, I don't. I don't think he's completely finished. But trying to play as an inside forward or inverted winger, whatever you want to call him at Spurs, this ain't the way for him to do it. I just don't think he's got the stamina anymore. You can see his pace is going. His confidence is shot to shit, like the rest of the team, basically. And as a captain, I think he's an awful captain. I do not think Son is captain material. Again, it depends everyone to themselves what you want as a captain. I still look on it as old school. I repeat it. I want a Roy Keane as my captain. I want a Patrick Vieira as my captain. 2 of my favourite players. Yes, one of them is Arsenal, I know, but he went to Inter Milan, so it's excusable. But 2 of my favourite all-time players, they play in DM exactly the way where I played. Always used to focus on how Roy Keane played, so I could play the same. Yes, wasn't very popular for it, but always enjoyed it. Nothing more fun than being a complete prick on the pitch. And for me, that is captain material. I know times have changed. People are different. Some people need more of a kiss and cuddle. I suppose I'm still more the type that would slap you in the face and say, get your finger out and get your act together. But that's probably my age and generation, whatever. These days, I suppose you've got players like Johnson. You need to give him a hug. You need to give him a kiss. You need to give him a cuddle. You probably need to cover his bed sheets for him. And you probably need to buy him a teddy bear for Christmas. I would be a useless captain for that. I would be more of a Roy Keane, grab him up and slap him up. Get your act together. You can do better. Do it. But Son, for me, he is someone now for Spurs who I would bring on with more 20 minutes to go. Half hour to go, maybe. We need that goal. We need that bit of electric pace he has still got. Not like he did, mainly because of the stamina, but he's one I would definitely have as more of the last 20 minutes, 30-minute player. In the last few games I've seen him play, he has looked poor. When I went there the other week with my wife and watched him play against Fulham, we can say the whole team's been bad. You can't just put it on him, but he is the captain and it does stand out. And the thing is, if we don't watch it, he's going to end up doing a Hugo Lloris for me. And Hugo Lloris, goalkeeper, captain that a lot of people loved. I thought he was a good goalkeeper. Never thought he was exceptionally special, but I thought he was a very good goalkeeper on his day. Captain, I don't agree with a goalkeeper being a captain, but done his job. But then he ended up staying, some would say 2, some would say 3 or 4 seasons longer than he meant to. So let's round it off at 3. And he stayed longer than he should have. And a lot of people remember that he stayed longer than he should have than remember on how good he was. The problem is mud sticks, and it does. And if we're not careful with Son, people are going to start remembering, yeah, but he was brilliant, but when he left Spurs, he should have gone 2 years earlier. He was looking done and dusty. It should have been baked potato, mate. See you later 2 years earlier. You don't want that on the end of him. You don't want that on the end of his biography at Spurs. You want it to be, you remember Son, that quality player who could score. The link up he had with Kane. I mean, them two, it was like some sort of weird mental link them two had together. You know what I described them two as? I described them two as how I used to look at the German team. And the way I used to look at the old German team was you could literally take every player on that pitch and you could put a blindfold on them, spin them round 10 times, and each and every one of them would still know where every single player in their team was going to be. That's why the Germans were always so deadly. That's why they were always so good up until recent years. I mean, it was write them off at your peril, basically. And that is what I think Son and Kane had. They just had this link. They knew each other. They knew where the other one was going to be. But yeah, for me, if we don't let Son go soon, he's going to have that remembrance on him where it's going to stick of... It's just going to stick of where we do remember it should have been gone 2 years earlier. You know, and I don't want that with Son. I really don't. But 1 second, just a message quick. Yes, mate. There we go. Just putting a reply to someone. And yeah, I don't want that sticking with Son. So anyway, back to what we're saying on here. Bella, what you're saying here. If we lose and he's gone again, I don't see him being gone just yet. And Boomverse, big up Dan. I numbed to this Wolves game as I couldn't care less with any result. Mate, you know what? That's how so many people are looking at it now. We are actually starting to look at this as in, do I actually care? That you feel that physically numb, that you don't actually care whether we win or lose. That is bad. And that is what Tottenham is doing to people. Not just Ange. You can't put that on Ange. That one you can thank Mr. Levy. You can thank him for that. So many people that I do see on here, a lot of people are now at the point where, you know what, I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't care less. And yeah, that's Levy you can thank for that. Because it feels like at times we don't support THFC anymore, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We support Tottenham Hotspur Business Club these days, Tottenham Hotspur Entertainment Club. And yeah, the other thing is when your manager comes out with it's about entertainment, that definitely don't help the situation. And that was one of the things that definitely Ange done that really pissed me off personally and really done it for me. Like, mate, what are you talking about with entertainment? Are you entertained? Am I entertained with the way Spurs are playing at the moment? Have I been entertained with the way we played for the past 14 months? No, I'm not. Okay, a 5-0 win against Southampton. Well done, mate. 4-0 win against City. Brilliant. I won't deny that. 4-0 win was good, but still, you can't say City were at the worst they've been. But a 4-0 win's a 4-0 win. A 5-0 win against the Premier League. Great. But am I entertained with Ange's football? No, I'm not. For me, it looks all over the place. He looks a mess. There's no... I mean, what would the word be used? I mean, I'm not the best one with it. There's no coordination on the pitch. We're still using inverted wing backs as a 10. We're still pushing up at that high line so bloody high. I don't find his football entertaining. I know some will love it, but each their own at the end of the day, whatever turns you on. And Brian, big up, mate. Opal's good for you. Good to hear from you. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. Not long now for the torture to begin. Once again, congrats on reaching 4K, brother. Thanks a lot, mate. Much appreciated. And as you just said to me on the thing, you'll be on Savage tonight, which I will be on there tonight with a few others. I think that starts at 7:30, where we go and have our discussion about Tottenham, as we do all the time, and on how the game goes today. Let's just hope for once it can be a positive one. But the odds definitely don't look in that favour, does it? Finn, what are you saying, MA? I think 1-1 today. Wolves won't be clinical enough for me. I could go with that. I could go with a draw today. Do you know what? A draw would be better than defeat, obviously, but we need that win. We need that win desperately. And I could see a draw today. But with the way we've been playing, I could easily see a 2-1 to Wolves as well. But then that's the other thing with the way we've been playing as well, isn't it? You just don't know. You just don't know what is going to turn up. Are we going to be a team that turns up where all of a sudden it clicks into gear like it does sometimes and we go and bang them 4-1? Or is this going to be a game where it's just scrimp and scrape, everyone's at each other's kneecaps and it ends up 1-1? More than possible. Or is it another one where we go 1-0 down, get it back to 1-1, and then Spurs take a player, Wolves take a player or two out, and then it all comes crashing down again. That one can happen as well. You can put 1-1 odds on every single one of them. That is what is so bad with us at the moment. So I can agree with anyone. But a draw or a defeat today seems like the most likely. It's just hard to picture Spurs winning at the moment. Ratish saying congrats on reaching 4K subscribers. Again, much appreciated, mate. And to everybody else, TC saying, come on, you Spurs. Let's have a nice win today. Come on. That's probably the most positive one I've seen on here as yet. And Richard saying, I've lost that loving feeling about Spurs. There's been a lot of people who said it, mate. And I just said it as well. There's been a lot of people who have said it. They've lost their love. This is the way I look at it with this one. I don't think no one's lost their love for Spurs. I don't think no one's lost. They've lost the passion. I know I have. I know a lot of others have. I know a lot of others say they've lost their love for Spurs. I don't think none of us have. For the reason being that we're all still sitting here moaning about it. We're all still sitting here going on about it, being angry about it. If we genuinely didn't give a flying fuck, why would we even be going on about it? Why would we be moaning about it? Why would we be saying Ange out? Why would we be saying leave it out? Why would we be saying fix this club up if we genuinely lost our love? No, what I think it is a lot of people just don't like what we've become. A lot of people don't like supporters. When I say people, don't like what Tottenham are. Don't like what Tottenham are about, and that is purely entertainment. Don't like the manager. Don't like the tactics. Don't like the owner, the chairman. Complete waste of space he is when it comes to football. I think that's what it is. Not lost the love for the club. How else can I describe this? Now, if anyone else on there, I presume a lot of people got your own kids and everything. I don't know what ages and that. I have a 19-year-old daughter. And when she hit a teenager of 13 years old, up till about where she was 17, I did not, and nothing I haven't said to her face, most of the time, I did not like her. I mean, really, who likes their teenage child? Whether it's a son or whether it's a daughter. But I can say especially a daughter. But I never lost my love for her. I always loved her. I would always do what I could for my daughter. Even though half the times it was like fucking headbutting a brick wall, as it is with any teenager. I mean, I remember what I was like. Nightmare is an understatement. But I never lost my love for her. But did I like her at the best of times? No, I didn't. So I think that is the way you can look at Tottenham. Have we lost our love for the club? No, we haven't. But do we like the entertainment business we've become? No, we don't. Personal opinion, I think that is the better way to describe it. No love loss, Just you don't like it. Big difference there. And Finn, big up Brian. And Finn also saying, I think we all have Richard. Okay. And Philly209, how you doing, mate? Good to see you on here. I'll have to give you a beating at FIFA again soon, unless you've improved. I mean, I'll probably get a new one, mate. It's only about 25 quid now. And give you another couple of rounds on that. Me and Phil, we had a good few games. We had a good few games of FIFA. Oh, he's good. I'll give him that. But I was the better one. And he's saying, big up Danny, respect to Sava and watch along. It spares me the sight of having to watch Spurs play. There's no point in two of us suffering. I totally get that. And a lot of people, they don't even get to watch half the games at the moment because of the way bloody Sky is and everything and how expensive it is. Virgin, the whole lot. And really, do you want to pay 40 to 50 pound a month to watch the crap that we're getting when you actually get to watch it, which you don't? You just get what you're given when it comes to them. And they're just another company that takes the complete and utter piss out of you. So what I will say to anybody is, I can't go into too much detail here, is just go and get yourselves a VPN. Get it on your computer or even get it on your phone. Just go and get a VPN. Put it on your phone. Get a VPN through your computer, put it on your phone. I would say Bitdefender and Surfshark are the two best out there for it, but there's a lot of other ones that are very good. And then just go and put yourself in America, Los Angeles, New York, wherever else on your VPN. And then on your computer or even on your phone, go to Peacock, whoever else, and sign up to them because you will be in America. And then you will be paying $6 a month to get whatever you wish on there, football-wise, and get to see every game you want, every Premier League game and everything for $6 a month. If I've just gone into too much detail there, I'll probably copy for it, but that is what I would suggest to anybody instead of paying £40 a fucking month for the crap you get off Sky and that. And Rich S-Man saying, afternoon all. Good afternoon to you too, mate. And Shot Skis, good day, Dan. Huge stream the other day. Congrats. Yes, thanks a lot, mate. Yes, it was. Eugene, how we doing, fella? Hi up, everyone. Levy out, of course. And Robert Wilson saying, afternoon, Dan, this club is in crisis and I've got a headache with it all. Mate, with everything I've just said, I mean, I say the word mate too much, make yourself sound like fucking Ange, but we all agree. I can't argue or dispute anything you're saying now. I can't say to anybody, fix up, show some passion, fix up. Why? Because most of us don't like it anymore. And Toxic Headshot, always see you on here. Good to see you, mate. Big up from you. Big up to you too. And Shotsky's saying, with regards to today's game, I feel like this team and manager is under huge pressure. There's no feel about it, mate. We are. That is a fact. But like all Spurs games, Spurs could win by 4, but it does feel like Wolves are a real shot. I mean, mate, that's what I said earlier. It's true. It is true. Spurs could turn up today. We just don't know. So what I'm going to do quickly before I come back to a few of others is just what I've been reading at the moment. I mean, this doesn't say it's definite, but this is what is most likely the team is going to be today. And it looks like Dragusin wasn't as injured as much as we thought. Looks like he just stepped on his ankle a bit with a little bit of swelling and he's all right. Let's just hope he's at least 90% fit. We're obviously going to start with Fraser Forster in goal. No, his past 2 games, I mean, that game against Man U was absolutely shocking. But I still feel with some of the stuff he's doing, he's just doing what the manager tells him to do, and that is play the ball out. And you can see when the ball comes to his feet, the man starts panicking straight away anyway. But I personally think he has been very good to what we expected. I mean, I was one of the first ones to do a show when it showed Vicario was out to show we're fucked, basically. We are in trouble. I got that one wrong completely. I don't think it's made that much of a difference Vicario not being here. I do think there would have been certain situations where we'd have definitely been better off with Vicario there, same as if we had Van der Ven there and whatever else. But I don't think it's the end of the world because I think he's actually been playing respectable. I mean, we all thought he was going to be complete and utter crap, and he really hasn't been. He's made some very, very good saves, made some very stupid mistakes as well. But I don't think it's the end of the world that Forster's in goal. I mean, would I have Vicario back? Sure, I would. But it is what it is, that one. We can't change that. As a right back, they're pretty sure it's going to be Porro. Yes, because Spence, clever boy, went and got himself a red card. I think Spence has been pretty good since he's played for us a couple of games, but getting a red card there definitely done us no favours. So I think we can all pretty much be clear that he's going to be Porro as the right back. They're saying then as the centre-backs, Dragusin is the favourite to be the centre-back because he is meant to be pretty much match fit. So if Dragusin is centre-back, that will be a big thing for us. That is a very, very big positive for me. Because with Dragusin as centre-back, at least we have a centre-back in a centre-back position. I mean, if we would have had Basuma there today, or if we do, there's no facts on it, then I think we're in serious trouble. But if Dragusin is fit enough to play, and it's saying on Tottenham London Football, it's saying that he is fit enough to play, and there's a very high chance he will be playing, then that is a big, big, big yes with Dragusin playing. Because we obviously know the rest are screwed, and just having an out-and-out centre-back there is a good thing on its own. I mean, it's bad that we're even in this situation. And then the other centre-back, I think everyone knows who that's going to be, is Archie Gray. With Archie Gray, now, you know what? Look, a lot of people thought, I mean, this word hate, I mean, it makes me laugh, really, if I'm going to be honest. It's used well too easy. It's a word that I don't use. Slip up on it now and again. But it's a word I don't personally use. I mean, because for me, hate is as powerful as love. You'll pretty much do anything for hate that you will do what you would for love. Just in the opposite way. Would you do something very stupid to someone if they've done something to someone you love? Yes, you would. Would you do something very stupid to someone you hate? Yes, you would. And with a lot of other things. Work it out for yourselves on that one. I leave to, can't go into too much detail on it. And I don't hate, apart from Brussels sprouts. I fucking hate Brussels sprouts. That one I will say. Ugh. My wife keeps trying to get me to eat them at Christmas. They're jank. They're horrible. And then I get Ian on here who knows I don't like him, who comes on regular and goes and sends me a picture of the Brussels sprouts he's eating. I'm like, mate, that is absolute filth. That is disgusting. I think I despise Brussels sprouts more than Arsenal, and that is going top. And yeah, with Archie Gray, I never hated the player. No one did. It was just the fact that he cost 40 million, and we should have got a player who was ready now, who could go in that midfield now, who could do the job now. Not someone who's going to look better in 2 seasons' time or 1 season time. Does he look like he's got potential? Yes, he does. He looks like he's got a lot of it as well. And where he's had to play right back, left back, and now playing centre back for us and doing as good as he can, you got to give credit to him. Fair play. I mean, we haven't even played him in his bloody position yet. God knows what he must be thinking, let alone Dorrington on the other side thinking, with this youth project, I am a centre back and a midfielder we bought, he's getting in that centre-back position in front of me. If I was Dorrington, I'd be looking at that and starting to get slightly pissed off with it, to say the least. But am I terrified with Archie Gray being there? No, he shouldn't be there, but we don't really have many other options. Unless Dorrington was going to go there. So again, that's another one for me. It is what it is. I think he's done a respectable job, and we're just going to have to deal with that one. And with Davies getting injured as well in training for another 3 weeks, I think that says a lot about everything as well. And it looks like as left back, I think everyone knows who that's going to be. It's going to be Udogie. Now, for me, Udogie, he's been fucking awful lately. I think we just got to admit it and accept it. He has been absolutely shocking of late. Yes, he looks knackered, same as Porro, same as Kulusevski, same as Son. But I just think he's been on the down for a long, long time. I just think we're playing him totally the wrong way. He is not an inverted wing back, same as Son. If you want the most out of him, you have him as an overlapping wing back. He's not a left back. He's not a right back. They're not good at defending, either one of them, but they're very good at getting the ball, challenging it, going forward with the ball and taking it from there. Porro can definitely cross the ball a lot better. Udogie can take his man on. He's got pace. But it just seems like for moments in the game, he switches off. It's like, mate, what you doing? But then at other times, can you really blame him? He's sitting in the middle of the pitch where Ange has told him to be. And then he gets done over on the left. It's gonna happen. We can all see that coming. But Udogie, for me, he's been shockingly bad. He really has not been good. But again, what other options do we have? Now, for the centre mids, it's saying here, Bentancur. Okay, yeah, I can take. I mean, his last game, yes, extremely crap. But I think you can say that about the rest of the team. But he was bad. He was very bad in that last game. Was it match fitness? Because being fit and match fitness are just two total different stories. But he should actually be one of our fresher players because he hasn't had to play that many games. And if I remember right, this is his, second or third game out of the past 10 matches? Something along those lines. So he should be a lot more match fit than other players we got. And then I think it's pretty much obvious who's going to go next to him. It's either Basuma or Sarr. I think Basuma's going to start. And then with that, it says here who they reckon is going to be Maddison who's going to start. What is this manager's issue with Maddison? I don't know. Is it something personal they've got? Has someone got pictures of someone? I don't know. But he just does not see, them two just don't seem to click together, do they? As manager and player. Them two just don't, I don't know, there's something there. They don't like each other. I mean, how many times he took Maddison off or not even started him when he should be starting him? How many times have we needed a goal and he takes our best playmaker, or you could even say only playmaker really, off the pitch? This is where we look at Ange and we just think, what are you doing? Do you even know what you're doing? But Maddison starting today is a must for me. He's got to start. If we want anyone who's going to do it, or will he put Kulusevski there? That's the choice he's going to have to make. But it's saying here on the right side, we're going to play Kulusevski. He's looking burnt out and knackered as well, but I rate him higher than Johnson. I mean, Johnson, you could say he's improved. He's got a couple of goals. Well done. Whether they're tap-ins or not, I don't care. He's got the goals. But as a player, he's another one. Personally, I think he's fucking awful. He can't take his man on. He can't dribble with the ball. He can't cross consistently. I mean, maybe one out of every 15 or 20 attempts, he gets a good cross in there. He can't. He's got no muscle on him whatsoever. It looks like you could just break him like a twig, even though a twig would probably give you more hassle. I mean, for me, he's just not a good player. But then a lot of Nottingham Forest people say we're just playing him in the wrong position. He's meant to be a striker, basically. I don't know, personally, what we paid for that, man, 47 million. Getting caught with your pants down is an understatement. We got caught and shafted with that one. 47 million for Johnson. Really? Yeah. It's who we are, mate, I suppose. But yeah, that'd be Kulusevski on the side, they're saying. And on the left is saying here, Brennan Johnson. On the left. I mean, me personally, I would have thought it would be smarter to start Johnson on the right and Kulusevski on the left, because at least he's left-footed on that if you want someone to cross it in. But then again, I do get the side. If you want him to play inside forward, you want the person to shoot, so you want them on their good foot, which is the opposite side you're playing on. I mean, but you know what? Johnson, I think he's that bad. I don't really think I'd care less if we started Werner in front of him. That is how low I rate Johnson. But at least Johnson gets a couple of goals. And yeah, no, for me, I don't like that one. Not if Johnson is starting on the left. Again, we will find out the facts sooner or later. Savra will be able to give you all them. And then up front is obviously Solanke. In that last game for me, I don't know about the people on there, but that last game for me, Solanke's meant to be this man, this tank on the ball. How many times did he get knocked off the ball in that last game? How many times? Easily at that. And he's meant to be this target man, this goal scorer. Again, another one for 65 million. But a lot of this for me, it comes down to the tactics. I've said it a million times. You go and get the players. You play them in their right positions to what they are best at playing. You get the right formation for your team. You can go and make a very average team look good. Or you can make a good team look very good. You've just got to play everyone to their abilities. And we just don't do it. You can easily say there's about, anything between 5 and 8 players in that first 11 that are not playing to what they're capable of doing because they're not in the right positions. For me, that is purely down to the manager. I mean, do I think he's actually lost some of that dressing room? Yes, I do. I actually think he's lost more than half that dressing room. I mean, would you want to be a defender and play in this Mickey Mouse gung-ho Ange ball football? I mean, playing like this, for me, has literally destroyed Van der Ven. I mean, since before he came to us, if I remember right from what I've read, he had one, not serious, but one big injury where he was out for a couple of months. Since he's been here, he's had at least 4 hamstring injuries because my man has to go up to nearly up the halfway line and then come sprinting back. Anything from 4 to 8 times in one game? Yeah, he's going to get hamstring problems. I mean, when I was doing the shows with Tommy called it out first before everybody. And that was after about 8 games. This man's gonna fuck up his hamstring. This man's hamstring is gonna go. No 2 ways about it. He's gonna lose his hamstring time and time again with the way Ange plays him. I said to him, do you think it'd be that bad? He's like, look at him. He's on the halfway line and coming back all the time. So take a look at it. You're like, yeah, it's a problem waiting to happen. And lo and behold, it is happening. And then he's only half fit. And again, like I said, he goes and plays him against Chelsea. Well done, Ange. Yeah, I am not excited in the aspect of looking forward to this game today. I do see it. If I'm going to be honest, I see it as Wolves getting a 2-1 dirty win out of us. But do I see Ange going from it? No, I don't. So I'm just going to say hello to a couple more people on here because I'm going to go and have a boiling hot shower, finish my Lemsip, probably have a cup of coffee with it as well, and see if I can at least get the energy to lay in bed and watch the Spurs game. At least I can go to sleep or I can read my bloody book while the game's on and just look over my shoulder like, yeah, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, whatever, and not get too into it and too pissed off with it. Just go for a cup. Peter, audio, how you doing, mate? We'll end up with Southgate. Oh. Do you know what? This is going to sound bad. I don't want Gareth Southgate. Get this straight, people. I do not want Gareth Southgate. Fuck that for a game of soldiers. No, I do not. But I personally think Gareth Southgate's tactics would actually suit these players a lot better than Ange. I think you would actually see the team improve over Southgate. Would I take him for 6 months? Yes, I would. If it was just for 6 months to get to the end of the season, yes, I would. Because defending is our main problem and Southgate is an out-and-out defence freak. As long as we would get rid of him after 6 months and get in the manager we want, I could bear it. I think he would be, honestly, I think he would be more bearable than Ange. That's going some. But don't misinterpret what I've just said. I don't want Southgate. But I would take him over Ange for 6 months alone. That's it. 6 months. Nothing more. No Timo Werner shit. We get him for 6 months and then decide to be dickheads and go and get him again for the following season. Again, another one. Well done, Ange. Credit where it's due there. Idiot. And or Daniel Levy, whichever one that one was. But yeah, I honestly think Southgate could get more out of this team than Ange. But do I want him? Please don't misinterpret it. No, I bloody don't. And James Cook, Dr. Tottenham, yeah. 2-1 Wolves, that's where I see it coming from. And Chris saying this club is giving him up to Liverpool in the Cup. Yeah. Rich, I got a feeling Aggie is going to change tactics today. Spurs 2-1 win. Change tactics, I've got to see it to believe it. Brother, just check. Ange is on 5 million a year and Frank is on 4.5, and there is no way we are offering 3-4 times those wages. That's for someone like Conte. Levy ain't doing that. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. But I think we would still offer 6 or 7 million, and I think he's enough of a mercenary to take it. But that's a solid point you make there. I can't debate that one. I didn't think he was on that much money there. But then we would have to put it considerably up to about 6 or 7 million, and I still think we could get what we wanted there. If not, we go for the Bournemouth manager. That's the one who sounds best out of the way people have described him. I haven't done no checking up on him myself, but from the way Stell described him, Alex, the way other people have, Sava and that, he sounds like a manager that could work for us. Works with young players, plays players to what their potential is, plays them to what they're good at, improves them. I mean, look, he even got Solanke scoring 20-odd goals in the season. And again, that's going someone. And Chris also saying 2-1 Wolves. Toxic saying Spurs fans are not thinking long-term. Ange is not that guy. No, for me, he is not. And Howling, Dan, if Kuna plays, I agree, he will cause our backline serious issues. Yes, I think he will. I mean, it's saying on the thing there's a very high chance he plays. I think he will tear us a new one. After he tore poor United backline to bits and even did a Sonny against them. He's a player that I hope he's still injured and he can't play against us. And John, yeah, I could imagine Levy doing that too. I'm a lot behind on everyone now where I've been saying everything. Brian, remember the wage bill structure is getting slashed, not rising. Again, I agree with what you're saying now. But I do think he would put it up 2 million to get a manager in. Again, that's purely personal opinion. Maybe a bit of hope in it as well. And Rich S. Man saying, congrats, Dan, 4K, much appreciated. And right, I'm going to leave it now. I'm going to have my cup of coffee and my shower and that. It's just a short one I was doing. And a big thank you to everyone else. Big thanks for everyone watching and the chat. Sava's going to start soon. So go over and watch Sava. I think he starts 1:30, 1:45. I can't remember exactly what one it is, but he'll be able to give you the proper details on who is starting and that as we get closer to the game. And let's just hope we can actually pull something out of this. Let's just hope Ange can actually get his fucking act together. Let's hope some of those players can get their act together. And let's hope Spurs can actually win a bloody game and get us into 10th position. I suppose it'll look better than 12th. Anyway, everybody, have a good day. I will probably catch most of you tonight on Savage Show tonight at 7:30, and then surely be on Tottenham away as well tonight, which will probably be at 9, 9:30, somewhere along those lines. So do make sure you're there for that. So big up to everyone. Sorry couldn't go through all the chat. It's extremely hard to do when you're also talking your points on here. And with that, let's just say, I just hope it's not same Spurs, different day. Come on, you Spurs. Take it easy, people.
I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. Turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down.